Welcome back to Placeology and to the start of another video series. I'm Megan.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is the first of 12 videos on the best cities for each zodiac sign. We've got a lot of fun ideas for this series, and have scoured the US to find the best fit for each zodiac sign. And the first sign we're tackling here is one we know particularly well, since it's my own sign, Aquarius.
Aquarians were born between January 20th and February 18th, and include celebrities like Harry Styles, Megan Thee Stallion, Jennifer Aniston, and Ed Sheeran. Typical traits associated with Aquarius include being highly intellectual, good listeners and mediators, and going against the grain or what is expected of them. In fact, Aquarians tend to lean into the outsider or outcast persona. They're often called the alien of their friend group, and tend to pursue more hipster, off-the-beaten-path interests. So, for this video, we've come up with 5 cities that embody exactly that, and are therefore the perfect place for an Aquarius to live.
Our first choice for an Aquarius city takes us to sunny California, except San Francisco is oftentimes less known for its sunshine and more known for the fog that rolls in off the bay. Right off the bat, the way that San Francisco stands out from the sunny, beachy California vibe, while still being an integral city to the state's identity, stood out to us as truly Aquarian.
San Francisco has been known for its uniqueness for ages, but it truly moved into its Aquarius era with the 1960s and the Cultural Revolution. A well-known hotspot for hippies, the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood emerged during the 60s as the home of the hippie movement. The movement was associated with being different and free-thinking, 2 of the most Aquarian traits out there. The 1969 song Aquarius / Let the Sunshine In, which spent 6 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1969, further provides for the link between the hippie movement and the age of Aquarius, which is meant to be an age of progressive and free thinking.
Today, San Francisco has many other reasons why it's a great city for an Aquarius. Since the 1960s, the city has remained a destination for creatives, and, with the tech boom in nearby Silicon Valley, also a location for intellectuals as well. Schools that are well known in the area, like UC Berkeley, Stanford, and the University of San Francisco, are known for not only being renowned institutes of higher learning, but also being a place for creative and innovative thinking.
Additionally, San Francisco has many fun and quirky sites that align with an Aquarius's identity. In terms of the quirky, you have the well-known Lombard Street, which is the second most crooked street in the world. In terms of unique, you have the Palace of Fine Arts, which is an ethereal monumental structure that's a remaining fragment of the 1915 Panama Pacific exhibition to exhibit works of art. It's both beautiful and strange in its existence, giving just the perfect balance to be perfect for the Aquarius. And then you have the hipster. Areas like the Mission District, with its funky independent shops and murals, is sure to have the Aquarian in your group feeling the creative energy.
Time to head north. The next city on our list is in Oregon, perhaps the most Aquarius state of all. Aquarians aren't known for being vain or keeping up appearances, but we do love a good aesthetic. Oregon paints a perfect picture of a woodsy, cozy outdoor adventure, and I think any fellow Aquarians can see themselves living in a cozy little cottage and watching the snow fall. And the Oregon city that we chose that best embodies this adventurous Oregonian Aquarian vibe is Bend.
Over the last few decades, Portland, Oregon has slowly become the go-to place in the country for hippies, hipsters, environmentalists, progressives, and the like. Aquarians typically fit right into these categories, but Portland is at a point where it's almost become too mainstream for most Aquarians. The Portland identity has also spread in recent years to become more ubiquitous with the whole state of Oregon, which is known for its gorgeous mountain scenery, outdoorsy vibe, and that classic Pacific Northwest weather. Bend is far away from the hustle and bustle of the main highways in the more mountainous central area of the state, and seems like the obvious choice for an Aquarius looking to relocate. In fact, a lot of people started relocating here during COVID, with more flexibility to work from home, driving people to live wherever they want to. Bend is one of the fastest growing cities and metro areas in the country, and its home of Deschutes County is the fastest growing in the state.
Aside from the obvious upsides to Bend, the gorgeous scenery, the snowy weather, the countless opportunities to experience nature, and so on, it also has a lot to do day to day. There's a great emerging art scene, an annual film festival, lots of historic buildings, and plenty of outdoor sports and recreation. There's fun quirks as well, like the last remaining Blockbuster store in the world, still open and going strong in 2023.
Okay, we know that just the Upper West Side isn't a city, but New York City has such distinct neighborhoods and boroughs that we feel like giving the entire city to just one sign is not going to work out. In any ways, NYC as a whole would be way too mainstream for the hipster Aquarius. But there is one area of the city that really seems to be the perfect balance to be perfect for the water bearers, the Upper West Side. Now you might be thinking, what, not Brooklyn, not Greenwich Village? And to that we say, it's not the 90s anymore. These places were once the epitome of hipster, but like some of the other places we've talked about on this list, when something becomes too popular, the Aquarius has a natural tendency to bow out in search of even more obscurity.
The Upper West Side almost seems like it is often forgot about in the hustle and bustle of the city. While you might see the Upper East Side talked about in regards to shopping or glamorous apartments, you rarely see much discussion about the Upper West Side in popular media. But that doesn't stop it from being a quiet beauty. The Upper West Side is full of lovely older buildings with purposeful ornamentation, art that is understated but still full of vibrancy. To an Aquarian, this will feel different from other parts of the city, especially since there are less of the really saturated NYC shots to be found in this area of Manhattan.
The Upper West Side is also considered one of Manhattan's cultural and intellectual hubs, tying in nicely with the intellectual side of the Aquarius. With Columbia University and Barnard College to the north, the American Museum of Natural History at the center, and Lincoln Center towards the south, it's very easy to see why this is the case. Relating to the cultural aspect of the neighborhood, it's home to a significant Jewish population, as well as a number of beautifully designed synagogues and houses of worship.
And when the Aquarian needs to retreat and be to themselves, as they often like to do, well, there's not one, but two parks to choose from. You can go to Central Park, which you could argue may be too populated for the Aquarius, but that we'd argue has enough little nooks and crannies that the Aquarius could find their own corner, or go to the less mainstream and more Aquarius-approved Riverside Park. Aquarians are sure to love the way that this park is like an oasis between the Upper West Side and the Hudson River, and honestly, who can beat the beauty of this park? You've got mail, anyone? Overall, with so much culture, beauty, and uniqueness, we just knew that this one had to be included in our list of places for Aquarians.
Next up, Portland, Maine. Yeah, Portland, Oregon is a unique kind of place, but it's also the more talked about Portland. Enter Portland, Maine. Though steeped in maritime history, Portland today is a quirky and vibrant medium-sized city on the coast.
Portland, Maine is definitely off the beaten path. Really all of the state of Maine could be characterized as this, being so far north and only bordering one other U.S. state. The city is home to a rich port history, with cobblestone streets and brick buildings in different parts of town, which will cause an Aquarian's intellectual side to come alive. Maine's oldest bookstore is also located in Portland, perfect for the intellectual Aquarian that is looking to spend an afternoon alone with their thoughts. Pair this with the various shops around town, including some quirky locally owned boutiques, and you've got an Aquarius's dream afternoon.
Speaking of unique, Portland, Maine and the surrounding area is home to a ton of lighthouses. An Aquarian will love the opportunity to go even further into isolation to take in the history and architectural beauty of each of the lighthouses. Our personal favorite is Bug Light.
Back in town, since the 1990s, the art scene in Portland has been thriving. Aquarians are known for their creative streak and being lovers of all things unique. And the many art galleries downtown and through the Arts District will make them feel alive. Home to the Maine College of Art and Design, there is no shortage of studios, galleries, and museums to take in, whether it be actually in the Arts District, at the Old Port, the West End, or even out on Peaks Island, an island in the Casco Bay that is only accessible by ferry and is a popular spot for kayaking and biking. There is even a First Friday art walk where the galleries and studios open up for visitors to stroll through and take in all of the creations.
For the fifth and final city on our list, we're swinging down south to the city of Asheville, North Carolina. Sure, the other cities on the list have fit Aquarius pretty well too, but if you know anything about Asheville, it seems like a no-brainer for this list. Like Bend, Oregon, Asheville is nestled in a mountain setting, albeit not quite as snowy, and like San Francisco, is known for having a very progressive and trendy population combined with a vibrant, creative, and grungy underground scene.
We've covered Asheville before in other videos, like our list of the best places to visit in fall, because it has gorgeous scenery and is a fantastic place to visit or to live. The city is home to the Biltmore estate, the gorgeous mansion and grounds built for the family of George Vanderbilt, but now a major tourist attraction that calls itself America's largest home. Biltmore brings to Asheville the high Gilded Age elegance of a city like Newport, Rhode Island, plus the added benefit of a winery, vineyards, and miles of open space, all of which are things that speak to the heart of an Aquarius.
And speaking of wine, Asheville has no shortage of places to grab a glass. That goes for beer, too. In fact, Asheville has more breweries per capita than almost any city in the country and is nationally known as a craft beer hub. We'd recommend a visit to the new Belgium Brewing Company, which sits in a picturesque spot on the French Broad River right across from the River Arts District. Another must-visit.
Oh, and we know Aquarians are foodies who will be digging a little deeper for their dining choices than the local McDonald's, so don't forget to stray a little bit outside of downtown Asheville on your visit to the area. Sure, downtown is filled with great places to eat, but the West Asheville neighborhood has a great foodie scene too, plus a mural of RuPaul and Dolly Parton that you'll definitely want a picture with.
Well, that's our list of the best Aquarius cities. If you're watching this and you're an Aquarius, comment below what your favorite city in the US is, or what city you think fits your Aquarian traits. Do you think we got it right? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you like this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button so that you can be looped into seeing more from us. Until next time!